Yes, welcome into IATD TV, and today you join us for the second installment of the Sunday Supplement Special, and today is a Structure Sunday Supplement Special, and probably will be for the rest of the month. I'm going to look through some of the more recently released Structure decks and just go through them for the channel for you guys and maybe assess if there's any playability level to them. So we will get cracking into our first the series, which is the most recently released Spirit Charmers Structure deck. Now, from having seen the contents of this, there is a card that I want, but I think out of potential playability, this is probably the worst of the ones that we will have to exhibit. But it can do some fun stuff. And there's the pull tab. We'll eventually get in here. There we go. So some of the stuff that's exclusive to you have to actually pull that aren't guarantees are appreciating in value, like this token, which does look pretty cool. And we get Familiar Possessed Area, and the card I wanted to pull, Awakening of the Possessed, Nefarious Archfiend. Goes with my three favourite cards of all time, which is Archfiend of Nefarious, Archfiend Marmot of Nefariousness, Nefarious Archfiend Eater of Nefariousness, and my personal favourite, the Obese Marmot of Nefariousness. Awakening of Possessed, Greater Inaki Fire, Grand Spiritual Art, Ichirin, Spirit Charmers, probably the best card, pound for pound, in the set. This is the card everyone's annoyed about. Raigeki was the super rare import. Everyone was hoping it would be at least Dark Ruler No More, which we got as a common, but looking for something a little bit more substantial than this, as it's been reprinted to Oblivion. We got it in last year's Megatins, or the year before I should say. And I just think there are enough copies of Raigeki circulating out there. And next super is Possessed Partnerships. And then we move into the commons. Ursa, the Earth Charmer. Area, the Water Charmer. Hita, the Fire Charmer. The Wind Charmer. And here we go, Nefarious Archfiend, Eater of Nefariousness. Aforementioned is one of my favourite cards of all time. And Gigabyte. I remember this, not specifically, but it's original train versions from when I was a kid, and it was one of my favourite monsters to summon. Inari Fire. Ran Ryu. Fairy Tail Sleeper. Fairy Tail Rella, Fairy Tail Luna. Decent. Witchcraft Golem Aruru. Dark Doriado, goes with the Elemental Mistress Doriado, which is a retrain of what I can't remember the original name of the vanilla was. Witch of the Black Forest is not a bad common. Never hurts to have any more copies of Effect Veiler, so that's a nice print for the set. Denko Sekka is as well. I think this one got overlooked as being a good reprint for this structure deck. There's not too many copies of Denko Sekka flying around, so to be able to get your hands on at least a copy is not a bad thing. Awakening of the Possessed. Secret Village of the Spellcasters is a good tech here as well, for depending on certain formats. Saw a lot of play against Sky Strikers when they were at their heyday. Spellbook of Knowledge. We have Terraforming. Book of Eclipse is a nice reprint. I remember this getting used on me a few times when I was playing Thunder Dragons. Twin Twisters is a nice reprint as well. And this is probably the peak reprint of the structure deck, which is Dark Ruler No More. Previously only having it printing in the 2019 Megatins. I do think the 2020 Megatins messed up by not having promos like that in the set, but that's neither here nor there. Unpossessed. Spiritual Earth Art, Kurugane. Spiritual Water Art, Aoi. Spiritual Fire Art, Kurenai. Spiritual Wind Art, Miyabi. Metaverse is a decent reprint as well. I like my secret rare copy that came out of the Battle City box for Speed Duels. D-Barrier is another good reprint in here as well. Again, it's format dependent, but speaking of someone that played Thunder Dragons, D-Barrier can be a bit of a handful. Solemn Warning, again, is another nice, decent reprint. I think the reprints in this structure deck are decent, just not groundbreaking. Familiar Possessed Ursa. Familiar Possessed Iria. Familiar Possessed Ita. Familiar Possessed Win. And let's look at the adverts on the back. We got one for Duel Links. I do like to play a little Duel Links every now and again. Just play for free though, I don't play to pay to play. And it's time to duel for Legacy of the Duelist. And a little preview for Phantom Rage and the structure deck there. So that about wraps us up for the Sunday Supplement Special. I think we got to look through an interesting structure deck. I don't think it's necessarily too good in terms of power level. There's some decent reprints in the set that definitely give you at least a common aspect to some cards that were reach a pretty tasty price, like Dark Ruler no more. So there's a little bit of value in there, but not as much as, say, the Salamangreat structure deck from a couple of years ago. So that wraps it up. Let us know down in the comments what you thought. Give us a like, a comment, a subscribe, and share with your friends. And join us in on the conversation. This will be episode 2 of the Sunday Supplement Special, so stay tuned for next week as we have more structure decks to come. Peace out.